In a quiet little town, there was a school that everyone admired. People called it the best school because it had very good teachers and students who always performed well in exams. Among these teachers, one was especially famous. His name was Mr. Rahim, and everyone called him the elite teacher. He was strict and confident, and he believed that only certain children had the talent to do well in school. Mr. Rahim always walked with a straight posture. He spoke loudly in the classroom, making sure every student listened carefully. He liked order and had no patience for mistakes. Some students loved him because they learned a lot, while others felt nervous in his class. One sunny morning, a new face appeared in the school. Amina had joined the school as a maid. She was kind and hardworking, always smiling even when the work was difficult. Her daughter Layla was small and quiet. Layla had big, curious eyes that seemed to notice everything. She loved books and numbers. Although she had never been to a formal school, she enjoyed solving puzzles and reading anything she could find at home. That morning, Amina had brought Layla with her because she had no one to leave her with. Layla watched quietly as her mother worked, sweeping floors and arranging chairs. The school was a busy place, full of children running, teachers talking, and the sound of chalk on blackboards. Mr. Rahim was already in a bad mood. That day he had given his students a very difficult math problem. None of them could solve it. He tapped his pen on the desk and frowned. "Why can't anyone solve this?" he said loudly. The students whispered among themselves, feeling nervous. Then Mr. Rahim noticed Layla standing quietly near the corner, watching everything. Without thinking much, he pointed at her. "You there, come here and solve this problem on the board." Layla's heart raced. She had never been asked to do such a thing in front of so many people. Her legs felt heavy, but she slowly walked toward the board. She could hear the whispers of students behind her, and she felt a little shy. But when she saw the problem, something inside her lit up. She loved challenges, and numbers were like friends she could talk to. She picked up the chalk and looked at the problem carefully. Her mind worked very fast. She could see patterns and connections that others could not. Slowly and steadily, she began writing on the board. Every step she took was clear and correct. The classroom was completely silent. Everyone was staring at Layla. Even Mr. Rahim could not believe his eyes. No student had ever solved a problem like this so quickly and confidently. When Layla finished, she turned to face the class, her hands slightly shaking but her eyes calm. Mr. Rahim stepped closer. He looked at her work and then at her face. How did you solve this?" he asked, amazed. Layla smiled shyly. "I just thought about the numbers, sir," she said softly. The students whispered among themselves. Some clapped quietly. Some were surprised. Mr. Rahim realized something important. This little girl, who seemed so quiet and simple, had a natural talent for math. For the first time, he felt respect and curiosity at the same time. He wanted to understand how Layla had learned so much without even attending school. After the class, Mr. Rahim asked Layla to stay a little longer. He wanted to see more of her work. Layla felt happy but also nervous. She did not know that this day would change her life. Mr. Rahim, the elite teacher, had just discovered a hidden genius in the most unexpected place. That evening, Amina picked up Layla after work. Layla could not stop talking about the math problem. "Mother, I could solve it," she said excitedly. Amina smiled and hugged her daughter. "I always knew you were special," she said. And so a new chapter began for Layla. The quiet girl who loved numbers had stepped into a world that could recognize her talent. Little did anyone know, this was only the beginning of something amazing. The next day, Layla returned to the school with her mother, Amina. She felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. She wondered if Mr. Rahim would ask her another question, or if the other students would notice her again. Her mother smiled at her quietly and whispered, "Just be yourself, Layla. Numbers are your friends, not a fear." As soon as Layla entered the classroom, she noticed the curious eyes of the students. Some of them whispered to each other, pointing at her small figure. Layla kept her head slightly down but walked to her seat quietly. She did not mind the attention. She only thought about the numbers and problems she loved. Mr. Rahim walked in, holding a notebook and a smile that was unusual for him. He had been thinking about Layla all night. Her talent was rare and he could not ignore it. "Good morning, class," he said. Then he turned toward Layla. "Layla, come forward again. Today I have a special challenge for you. Layla's heart beat faster. She walked to the front of the class holding her small bag tightly. Mr. Rahim wrote a complex math puzzle on the board. It looked impossible for ordinary students. Numbers and shapes were combined in a strange pattern, and the problem seemed confusing. The other students watched silently. Some felt worried. Some felt curious. Layla looked at the problem carefully. She did not feel scared. Instead, her mind seemed to work faster than ever before. She closed her eyes for a moment and imagined the numbers dancing in her head. Slowly, she began writing her solution on the board. Every step she wrote was neat and precise. She explained each step clearly so that everyone could understand. Mr. Rahim could hardly believe what he was seeing. Her thinking was brilliant and organized. After a few minutes, Layla completed the solution. She turned to the class with a small, shy smile. "The answer is correct," she said softly. The classroom erupted in quiet whispers. Some students clapped softly. Some looked amazed. Even Mr. Rahim felt proud. He had seen many smart students in his life, but Layla's mind was special. "Very good, Layla," Mr. Rahim said with a kind smile. "You have a talent that is rare. You can understand numbers in ways that most people cannot." Layla felt a little shy but happy. She liked learning and she loved solving problems. She had never expected that her small love for numbers would bring her recognition. After the class, Mr. Rahim asked Layla to stay behind. He wanted to talk to her privately. "Layla," he said, "your talent is amazing. I want to help you learn more. If you want, I can teach you extra lessons after school. You will be my special student." Layla's eyes shined. She had never dreamed that a teacher would notice her talent so much. I would love that, sir," she said quietly. Her voice was soft but full of excitement. The next days were different for Layla. She spent time after school with Mr. Rahim, learning new things in math and logic. The teacher gave her challenging problems and Layla solved them with joy. She discovered that learning could be fun, especially when someone believed in her. Even the other students started noticing Layla's talent. Some were amazed and some were inspired. A few of them began asking her for help with their homework. Layla, with her kind heart, always helped them patiently. She never made anyone feel small or unimportant. At home, Amina noticed the change in her daughter. Layla was happier and more confident. She loved telling her mother about the new things she was learning. "Mother, today I solved a puzzle that even older students could not solve," she said one evening. Amina smiled warmly and hugged her. "I am proud of you, Layla. You always had this gift, and now everyone is seeing it." Life began to feel brighter for Layla. She still loved her simple moments, reading books or helping her mother, but now she also had dreams. She wanted to learn more and use her talent to help others. She knew that numbers were not just problems to solve. They were keys to understanding the world. Even Mr. Rahim felt a quiet happiness. He had spent years teaching many students, but Layla reminded him why he loved teaching. She was proof that talent could be found anywhere, even in the most unexpected places. And so Layla's journey continued. The quiet girl who once watched her mother work in the school was now stepping into a new world, full of challenges, learning, and hope. Every day brought something new, and Layla faced it with courage, curiosity, and a love for numbers. Weeks passed, and Layla continued her special lessons with Mr. Rahim. Every day she grew more confident and curious. She loved solving new puzzles and learning different ways to think about numbers. Mr. Rahim was amazed by her dedication. He had never seen a student who could focus so deeply and enjoy every challenge. Word about Layla's talent slowly spread through the school. Some students were amazed, some were curious, and a few were jealous. They had seen her solve problems that even the top students could not. But Layla never changed. She remained kind, patient, and gentle with everyone. She helped classmates with their homework and explained difficult concepts in ways that even younger students could understand. One morning, the principal announced a school-wide math competition. Students from every grade would participate. Mr. Rahim's eyes lit up when he saw the announcement. He immediately thought of Layla. He knew this competition would be perfect for her talent. "Layla," he said after class, "I think you should participate in the competition. It will be a great opportunity for you to show your skills. Don't worry about others. Just focus on enjoying the challenge." Layla felt nervous. She had never competed in a school event before. I am not sure, sir," she said softly. What if I make a mistake? Mr. Rahim smiled kindly. Layla, mistakes are part of learning. The important thing is to try your best. I believe in you. With encouragement from Mr. Rahim and support from her mother, Layla decided to join the competition. She practiced every day after school. She solved puzzles, worked on logic problems, and tried new strategies. Each day, she became more confident in her ability. The day of the competition arrived. The school hall was decorated with banners, and students from every class gathered to participate. Some looked confident, some nervous. Layla entered quietly with her mother watching from the audience. She felt her heart beat fast, but she remembered Mr. Rahim's words. Focus on enjoying the challenge. The first round started. Students were given several math problems to solve in a limited time. Layla read the problems carefully and began writing her answers. Her mind was calm and focused. She noticed patterns and connections that others missed. Slowly, she completed the first set of problems and moved on to the next. The second round was even more challenging. The problems were tricky and required creative thinking. Some students struggled, but Layla enjoyed the challenge. She smiled quietly as she worked. Numbers and patterns were like friends guiding her. She solved each problem step by step, carefully checking her answers. Finally, the last round arrived. It was a logic puzzle that required both speed and accuracy. Layla took a deep breath and focused. She remembered all the lessons from Mr. Rahim and applied them carefully. Her small hands moved quickly but steadily, writing answers on the paper with precision. When the competition ended, the teachers collected the papers and began checking the results. Layla sat quietly, her heart racing. She felt proud of herself, not because of winning, but because she had tried her best and enjoyed every challenge. Later, the principal announced the results. The hall was silent as he called the winners. Third place, second place, first place, Layla. The crowd clapped and cheered. Layla felt a warm smile spread across her face. She had won first place. Mr. Rahim walked up to her and whispered, "I am proud of you, Layla. You worked hard, stayed calm, and did your best. That is what matters most." Layla blushed but felt happy. She looked at her mother in the audience, who was clapping and smiling with pride. After the competition, many students came to congratulate her. Some wanted to learn how she solved certain problems, and Layla patiently explained. Even students who were once doubtful of her talent now respected her. That evening, Amina hugged her daughter tightly. "Layla, today you proved that hard work and love for learning can take you far," she said. Layla smiled and nodded. She realized that her journey had only just begun. From that day, Layla became known as the young genius of the school. But more importantly, she learned that talent was not just about winning. It was about enjoying the process, helping others, and believing in oneself. And so Layla's story continued, full of learning, challenges, and new dreams. She knew that the world of numbers was endless, and she was ready to explore it with courage, patience, and joy. After the school-wide competition, Layla's life began to change slowly. Students and teachers started noticing her talent even more. Every time she entered the classroom, whispers of admiration followed her. But Layla remained humble. She continued helping her classmates, solving problems with patience, and learning from Mr. Rahim every day. One morning, Mr. Rahim called Layla to his desk. "Layla," he said, "there is a city-level mathematics event next month. Students from many schools will participate. I believe you are ready. I want you to represent our school." Layla's eyes widened. She had never thought about competing outside her school. "But sir, what if I cannot do well?" she asked softly. Mr. Rahim smiled. "Layla, you have a strong mind and a kind heart. You have worked hard and learned well. You must trust yourself. This is a new challenge, and challenges help us grow." Layla thought about it carefully. After talking to her mother, she decided to participate. Amina was very proud. She hugged her daughter and said, "Layla, I have always known you are special. Go and show the world what you can do." From that day, Layla's routine became busier. She spent her mornings in school and afternoons with Mr. Rahim for special lessons. After that, she practiced at home, solving puzzles and learning new techniques. She also took short breaks to help her mother at home, because she loved being with her family. Meanwhile, in the school, some students were excited to see Layla go to the city-level event, while others felt nervous because she would represent their school. A few of the older students even offered to help her practice. Layla accepted their help with gratitude, showing kindness to everyone. The day of the city-level event arrived. The hall was large and filled with students from different schools. There were banners and tables with chairs arranged neatly. Layla felt nervous at first, but she remembered Mr. Rahim's words. Focus on enjoying the challenge. She took a deep breath and walked toward the table where the competition would begin. The first round started with difficult questions. Layla concentrated and worked carefully. She noticed patterns in the problems that others missed. Slowly, she solved the problems with accuracy. Every correct answer gave her more confidence. The second round was even harder. It included logic puzzles and number patterns that required creative thinking. Some students rushed through the problems and made mistakes. Layla stayed calm. She took her time thinking through every question. When she finished, she checked her work twice. Finally, the last round began. It was a challenging puzzle that required both speed and understanding. Layla closed her eyes for a moment and visualized the problem in her mind. She smiled quietly as ideas appeared one by one. Carefully, she wrote her solutions step by step. Her small hands moved fast but precise. After the event ended, the judges collected the papers. Layla waited quietly with other students. She felt proud of herself, not because she wanted to win, but because she had done her best and enjoyed the process. Later, the results were announced. Layla had won second place among many talented students from the city. The crowd clapped loudly. Layla felt a warm glow of happiness. She had worked hard and succeeded. Mr. Rahim and Amina were both proud of her. Layla, Mr. Rahim said after the event, you have shown that talent combined with patience and dedication can take you far. This is only the beginning. The world has many opportunities, and I know you will do great things. Layla smiled. She realized that winning was exciting, but learning and enjoying challenges was even more important. She also learned that kindness and helping others made her journey even more meaningful. That evening, back at home, Layla and her mother celebrated quietly. Amina served Layla's favorite sweets, and they talked about the day. Mother, Layla said softly, I want to learn more and help others enjoy learning too. Amina hugged her. That is my daughter, she said. You are bright, kind, and brave. The world is waiting for you. From that day, Layla's life became a balance of learning, helping others, and facing new challenges. She knew that the city-level event was just the start, and many more adventures awaited her. But she felt ready with courage, love for learning, and a heart full of hope. After the city-level competition, Layla returned to her school with a sense of pride and excitement. She had performed well, but more than winning, she had learned something important. Hard work, patience, and focus could overcome challenges. However, life was about to present her with a different kind of test. One morning, a new student joined Layla's class. His name was Sammy, and he was known for being extremely clever in mathematics. Many students admired him, and a few were a little intimidated by his confidence. When Sammy saw Layla, he immediately noticed her talent. Rumors about the young genius who had won at the city-level event had already reached him. Sammy approached Layla quietly during the break. I heard you are very good at math, he said politely. I would like to solve a problem with you together. Layla smiled and nodded. She liked challenges, and she welcomed someone to share ideas with. Together, they worked on a puzzle during the break. Their minds moved quickly, exchanging ideas and solutions. Even though the problem was tricky, they managed to solve it perfectly. Mr. Rahim, who had been watching quietly from a distance, felt proud. He saw Layla not just learning but also collaborating. This is important, he thought. A talented mind grows faster when it works with others. The next few weeks were full of learning and practice. Mr. Rahim introduced new types of problems to Layla, ones that required creativity, patience, and logical thinking. Some were very challenging, and Layla struggled at first. She made mistakes, but Mr. Rahim reminded her gently, mistakes are a step toward understanding. Keep trying. One afternoon, while practicing, Layla faced a problem that seemed impossible. She spent hours thinking, but nothing worked. Her small hands rested on the table, and she sighed. Why can't I solve this, sir? She asked, feeling frustrated. Mr. Rahim smiled kindly. Layla, sometimes problems take time. Even the greatest minds need patience. Step away for a moment, think calmly, and then try again. Layla followed his advice. She took a walk in the school garden, feeling the cool breeze and watching the flowers. Slowly, her mind became calm, and she started thinking differently about the problem. She returned to the classroom and tried again. This time, the solution became clear. She had solved the problem correctly and felt proud of herself for not giving up. Meanwhile, her classmates noticed her patience and dedication. Some of them started trying harder in their own studies. Layla became a quiet inspiration to everyone. She never boasted about her talent, but her actions spoke louder than words. One day, the school announced an inter-school math festival. Students from many schools would come to compete in teams. Layla and Sammy were chosen to represent their school as a team. Both were excited but also nervous. They knew the festival would be harder than any competition they had faced before. During practice, Layla realized that teamwork was different from solving problems alone. Sometimes Sammy had ideas that Layla did not understand immediately, and sometimes Layla had solutions Sammy needed help with. They learned to listen to each other, share ideas, and respect different ways of thinking. Finally, the day of the festival arrived. The hall was large and full of students from different schools. Layla and Sammy sat together, ready to face the challenges. The first round was difficult, but they worked calmly, solving problems step by step. The second round was even harder, but their teamwork made them strong. By the last round, Layla and Sammy had formed a deep trust. They completed the final puzzle together using creativity and logic. When the results were announced, they had won first place as a team. The crowd clapped and Mr. Rahim's eyes shone with pride. That evening, Amina hugged Layla tightly. "I am so proud of you, my daughter," she said. Layla smiled. She had learned something important. Success was not only about talent, but also about patience, hard work, and working well with others. From that day, Layla's life became even more exciting. She knew that new challenges would come, but she felt ready. With her love for numbers, her kind heart, and her growing confidence, she was prepared to face whatever the future held. After winning the Inter-School Math Festival with Sammy, Layla's confidence grew even more. She began to realize that her love for numbers could take her far. But more importantly, she understood the value of teamwork and patience. Her name started spreading beyond her school. Teachers and parents from other schools began hearing about the young genius who solved problems others could not. One morning, Mr. Rahim came to Layla with exciting news. "Layla," he said, "a national-level mathematics program is inviting talented students from all over the country. They are looking for students who show not only skill, but also creativity and problem-solving abilities. I believe you should apply." Layla felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. The thought of competing on a national stage was thrilling, but it also felt a little scary. "But sir, what if I cannot do well? What if the problems are too difficult?" she asked quietly. Mr. Rahim smiled. "Layla, challenges are meant to make us grow. You have worked hard, learned well, and shown patience. You are ready. Remember, the most important thing is to enjoy the process and give your best." After discussing it with her mother, Amina, Layla decided to participate. Amina hugged her tightly and said, "Layla, I always knew you were capable of great things. Go and show them your talent. But remember to stay humble and kind, no matter what." Layla spent the next few weeks preparing for the national program. She continued her lessons with Mr. Rahim, learning advanced problem-solving techniques and practicing creative thinking. She also spent time solving new puzzles at home, imagining herself facing different challenges. At school, her classmates were amazed by her dedication. Many students started asking her for help, and Layla gladly assisted them. She understood that helping others did not take away from her talent. It made her journey even more meaningful. The day of the national-level program finally arrived. Layla traveled to a big city with Mr. Rahim and her mother. The venue was enormous, filled with talented students from different regions. The competition hall buzzed with excitement and nervous energy. Layla took a deep breath and reminded herself of Mr. Rahim's words. "Enjoy the process. Focus on your strength and trust yourself." She entered the hall, feeling both nervous and excited. The first round was tricky, with challenging questions designed to test logical thinking and creativity. Layla concentrated carefully, analyzing each problem and writing down her solutions step by step. Her focus was complete, and she felt a quiet confidence growing inside her. The second round was even more demanding. Students were asked to solve real-life math puzzles, involving both numbers and reasoning. Many students rushed through the problems and made mistakes, but Layla stayed calm. She carefully read each question, visualized the solution in her mind, and solved it patiently. During the final round, the challenge was to find a creative solution to a problem that seemed almost impossible. Layla paused for a moment and thought deeply. She remembered all the techniques she had learned from Mr. Rahim, all the problems she had solved, and the lessons she had learned about patience and focus. Slowly, she began to write her solution. Her mind worked like a well-oiled machine, and step by step she completed the problem. When she finished, she felt a warm sense of satisfaction. It did not matter what the result would be. She had given her best and enjoyed the process. When the results were announced, Layla had secured a top position. The judges were impressed not only with her correct solutions but also with her creative thinking. Mr. Rahim's eyes glowed with pride, and Amina hugged her daughter tightly. "I am so proud of you, Layla. You have shown talent, hard work, and patience. This is only the beginning of many great things for you." Layla smiled. She realized that her journey was just starting. The national program had opened new doors of learning and opportunity. She had met other talented students, learned new techniques, and most importantly, understood that success comes from patience, dedication, and a love for learning. That night, before going to sleep, Layla thought about the future. She wanted to continue learning, explore new challenges, and help others enjoy learning as well. Her heart was full of hope, and she felt ready for whatever adventure awaited her next. After her success at the national level program, Layla became more confident than ever. She loved numbers, puzzles, and challenges, but she also learned that success required patience, practice, and humility. Her teachers and classmates admired her not only for her talent, but also for her kind and helpful nature. One morning, Mr. Rahim came to Layla with a thoughtful expression. "Layla," he said, "there is an upcoming regional mathematics conference. Students and teachers from many schools will attend. They will discuss new ways of learning, problem-solving, and creative thinking. I think it would be an excellent experience for you." Layla's eyes widened with excitement. A conference was very different from competitions. It was a place to meet other students, share ideas, and learn new techniques. "I would love to go, sir," she said softly. "But will I be able to speak in front of so many people?" Mr. Rahim smiled warmly. "You do not need to be perfect. Just share what you love and others will listen. Courage comes from trying, not from being fearless." With her mother's encouragement, Layla agreed to attend. Amina packed her daughter's bag carefully, including a few books and notebooks. "Remember, Layla," she said, "you have a special gift. But being kind, patient, and respectful is what makes you truly remarkable." The regional conference was held in a large hall decorated with colorful banners. Students, teachers, and parents filled the room. Layla felt a little nervous at first. So many people had come and everyone seemed confident. She looked at Mr. Rahim, who gave her a reassuring smile. The first session was about creative problem solving. Layla listened carefully as speakers explained new methods and strategies. She took notes and thought about how she could use these ideas in her own work. During breaks, she met other students who shared puzzles and questions. Layla enjoyed discussing ideas with them and learned new ways of thinking. One afternoon, there was a challenge where students were asked to solve a very difficult math puzzle in front of the audience. Layla volunteered. She walked to the front of the hall, her hands slightly trembling but her mind focused. The problem seemed complicated at first. Many students whispered that it might be impossible to solve in the given time. Layla took a deep breath and began to think. She remembered everything Mr. Rahim had taught her: patience, careful observation, and step-by-step reasoning. Slowly, she started writing her solution. The audience watched silently, impressed by her calm and confident approach. After several minutes, she completed the problem correctly. The hall erupted with applause. Layla felt a rush of happiness but also a quiet pride. She realized that courage was not about being fearless. It was about trying your best even when you feel nervous. During the next session, students were paired to solve problems together. Layla was paired with a student from another city named Rita. Rita was very smart but shy. Layla encouraged her, and together they solved puzzles faster than anyone expected. Layla learned that helping others and working as a team made challenges easier and more enjoyable. In the evening, the conference organizers invited students to share their experiences. Layla spoke softly but clearly. She talked about her love for learning, her belief in patience, and the importance of kindness. The audience listened carefully. Many students came afterward to thank her and ask questions about her methods. When the conference ended, Layla returned home with her mother and Mr. Rahim. She felt inspired and happy. She had learned new techniques, met talented students, and discovered that courage, patience, and kindness were just as important as intelligence. That night, Layla sat by her window and looked at the stars. She thought about all the problems she had solved and all the lessons she had learned. She realized that learning was an endless adventure, full of challenges, opportunities, and new friends. She was ready to face anything the future held with courage, curiosity, and a loving heart. And so, Layla's journey continued. The young girl who had once quietly watched her mother work had now become a bright, confident learner ready to explore the world of knowledge, help others, and embrace every new challenge with joy. After returning from the regional conference, Layla felt more confident than ever. She had learned new techniques, met talented students, and discovered the power of patience, teamwork, and courage. But she also realized that her journey was far from over. There were still many challenges, opportunities, and lessons waiting for her. One day, Mr. Rahim called Layla to his desk with a bright smile. "Layla," he said, "there is an international mathematics event next month. Students from many countries will participate. This is a wonderful opportunity to learn, share, and grow. I want you to represent our school and country." Layla's eyes widened. The thought of traveling to another country and competing with students from around the world was exciting, but also a little scary. "Sir, what if the problems are too difficult? What if I cannot understand them?" she asked softly. Mr. Rahim placed a hand on her shoulder. "Layla, challenges are meant to help us grow. You have worked hard, learned patiently, and faced many challenges successfully. Trust yourself and enjoy every moment. Remember, learning is the most important part, not only winning." With her mother's encouragement, Layla agreed. Amina packed her bag carefully and reminded her, "Layla, you have a special gift, but your kindness, patience, and determination make you truly remarkable. Go and enjoy this experience." In the weeks before the event, Layla practiced harder than ever. She solved puzzles, learned new strategies, and worked with Mr. Rahim on challenging problems. She also took time to help her classmates and share what she had learned. Layla knew that true learning was not only about personal success, but also about helping others grow. Finally, the day arrived. Layla traveled with Mr. Rahim and a small team of students to a foreign country. The international event was held in a large, modern hall filled with students, teachers, and experts from many nations. Layla felt a mix of nervousness and excitement. The first round of the competition began. Students were given complex problems that required logic, creativity, and speed. Layla concentrated fully, analyzing each question carefully. Her mind worked steadily, and she solved each problem step by step. She did not rush, and her calm approach helped her avoid mistakes. The second round was more challenging. It involved real-world math puzzles that required deep thinking and innovative solutions. Many students struggled, but Layla stayed focused. She remembered the lessons from Mr. Rahim and all the challenges she had faced before. Slowly and steadily, she completed the round successfully. During the final round, the organizers presented a puzzle that seemed almost impossible. It required both creativity and teamwork. Layla's partner was a student from another country named Hana. At first, they hesitated, unsure of how to combine their ideas. But Layla remembered her experience with Sami at the inter-school festival. She listened carefully to Hana, shared her own thoughts, and together they solved the problem brilliantly. When the results were announced, Layla had secured a top position internationally. The audience clapped and cheered. Mr. Rahim's eyes shone with pride, and Amina hugged her daughter tightly. Layla felt a warm glow of happiness. She had worked hard, stayed calm, and used her talent and patience to succeed. But more than the achievement, Layla felt proud of the lessons she had learned. She understood that success was not only about solving problems quickly, but also about enjoying the journey, helping others, and facing challenges with courage. After the event, Layla met many talented students from around the world. She shared ideas, learned new methods, and discovered that learning was limitless. Each student had a different approach, and Layla realized that every mind could offer something unique. She promised herself to continue learning, exploring, and helping others whenever she could. That evening, when she returned home, Layla sat quietly with her mother. "Mother," she said softly, I have learned that learning is a journey without an end. Challenges will always come, but patience, courage, and kindness will guide me. Amina hugged her warmly. Yes, Layla, you have achieved so much and you still have a bright future ahead. Remember, the world is full of opportunities and your heart and mind will guide you well. And so Layla's journey reached a beautiful turning point. From the quiet little girl who watched her mother work, she'd become a confident, talented, and kind learner, ready to face any challenge. She had discovered that true genius was not only in solving problems but also in growing, helping others, and embracing every new opportunity with joy and courage. Layla looked at the stars that night, thinking about all the adventures that awaited her. Her heart was full of hope, her mind full of ideas, and her spirit ready for every new challenge. She had realized her true potential, and the world was waiting for her next great adventure.